Hey everyone, I'm Sartaj. I'm on the Comet team, so let's dive right into it. What is Comet? Comet is a weighted pool AMM being built on Soroban. Now, why aren't we just making a Uniswap clone? Why aren't we just making a standard x times y equals k? Well, standard Uniswap type AMMs face two main problems. One, high impermanent loss, and two, limited liquidity provisioning opportunities. So we take a look at the first example. We have an example pool 50-50 of XLM and USDC. In the scenario that XLM goes up 100% in value, you're going to face an impermanent loss of 5.7%. Now, let's take a note of that number. We'll need it on the next slide. The second example, well, you can only provide 2 assets maximum. Pretty limited options. The solution, a multi-asset weighted pool implementation. Now, if you take a look at the first example again, XLM goes up 100% in value. And if you change the weight distribution to be an 80-20 pool, well, now the end user is only going to face 3.27% in IL. Now, this may not seem like a big difference from 5.7 to 3.27, but in fact, this is actually a roughly 74% difference in impermanent loss faced to the end user. And secondly, we can support up to 8 assets, a lot more choice for LPs. So if we take a step back, why Comet? What's the bigger picture? Well, we want to connect DeFi to the real world. We want to power use cases like FX and index products. And this segues nicely into us being a DeFi primitive. Many DeFi ecosystems rely on AMMs and lending and borrowing protocols to be the building blocks of the ecosystem. We expect Soroban to be no different. We want to power many products that build on top of Comet, on top of our core contracts. Now, this is a quick demo of creating a liquidity pool. Just sped it up here, but you can select many options. You can select weights. You can select different sort of assets and the weight distribution. In this example, we just provide 3 assets. You can name the pool, and you can deploy it, and there's going to be a bunch of transactions that you're going to sign, and then the pool is going to be created. Awesome. So what are our next steps, and what has the progress been so far? Well, our V1 is pretty much, it's live for everybody to take a look at. It's open source. It's available on GitHub. You can fork it. You can play around with it on FutureNet. We're also integrating with Blend Capital, which is a lending and borrowing protocol, also being built on Soroban, and Comet is going to be powering their backstop liquidity module. And our immediate next steps afterwards is we're going to be implementing Comet V2, which is going to introduce stable swap features and a smart order routing system. So we're going to have much more optimized multi-hops, saving users even more fees. After V2 is done, we're going to have everything fully audited because we understand security is paramount. So in summary, what does Comet achieve? Lower costs for end users, greater liquidity provisioning opportunities for LPs, being a core DeFi primitive, and connecting DeFi to the real world. And this is our GitHub link. And if you have any questions or have any integration requests, feel free to find me afterwards.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. I'm very on time. All right, well, next up we have Dom and Phil from EZA. So take it away. Give it up for Dom and Phil.
Thank you. Thanks, Anka, for the introduction. Put your hands up if you've ever heard of EZA before. Okay, a couple of you, great. Dom, you can come up on stage and share it with me. Dom's my co-founder, so let's give it up for Dom too. He has to put up with me every day. What are we? Well, I'm not going to talk too much about us. In brief, Dom and I are the co-founders of EZA, and these are just a couple of the splendid team who have been working together on Soroban. But what is EZA? EZA is one of the biggest networks of Web3 developers. We're the community of 650,000 people who are from 250 of the world's best blockchain clubs, from Harvard to Stanford to Cambridge and beyond as well, both junior, senior software developers. And they're super, super talented. Together, they've raised over $3 million from A16Z, YC, and a number of other top VCs in the past couple of months alone. But what was the problem when we came to Soroban? Well, the first problem that the team shared with us was most people don't think of Stellar as a project or a protocol, rather, that you can actually build on. They think of it really as just an assets transfer framework, and that's something which really resonated with our audience too. That was a problem that we saw. So our goals with Summer of Soroban were to introduce a way for developers to actually learn about it, to increase the number of monthly active developers in Soroban, and most of all, to build a funnel of VC-backable projects. So what does that actually look like? Well, up here we have a demo, and this is the EasyA mobile app. It's the fastest way for developers to actually get started building in Soroban without installing any dependencies. Developers can go from knowing literally nothing about Soroban, from just thinking about it as being an assets transfer framework, all the way up to actually deploying the very own smart contract right on FutureNet. I'll hand over to Dom, who can take us through some of the progress and journey we've had so far.
Great, thank you, Phil. So over the last couple months, we've been working very closely with the Soroban team in order to run focus groups and also continue to build out the content that we've been implementing in the app that you'll have seen on the previous screens. So we really started in June 22nd when we started actually developing the challenges, really creating a narrative around what people would find interesting about Soroban, and actually distilling these key learnings into these bite-sized challenges that you'll see inside the app. So anyone can now go ahead and download the app from the App Store, and we launched these challenges formally on 11th of September. And essentially going forwards, what we're looking to do is invite more ecosystem projects to actually participate and benefit from the community that we're building around Soroban through the challenges that we have inside the EasyA app. So far, we've had huge impact in the past couple months alone. We've had over 3,000 builders start to actually learn about Soroban through the in-app challenges. We've had over 2,500 builders complete all of these. So that's a really, really important metric that we track, obviously, course completion through the in-app challenges. We have over 50 universities who've participated in the challenges so far. So right from top UK universities such as Oxford and Cambridge, Imperial, UCL, all the way across to top universities across the US. And we've had real impact actually on the GitHub as well of Soroban. So we've had 250 almost new GitHub stars on the Soroban repo itself. So these are developers that are actually having a tangible impact on the Soroban ecosystem. Going forwards, we've also continued to build up momentum on social media. So we've reached over almost 1 million developers through Twitter. And essentially what we've done is actually prompted developers to post about their journey, creating a viral flywheel. So as soon as someone finishes the challenge, they're able then to actually post on Twitter directly through the app, and then actually show everyone what they're doing and what they're building. So this is really cool in order to actually encourage people to get involved on a deeper level if they maybe haven't heard about Soroban through Stellar Conference or things like these. So we've had big global impact. These are just some of the amazing community folks that have been with us on the journey. And like I was saying, over 3,000 developers have already started learning about Soroban through EasyA, which is awesome to see. So going forwards, just very briefly, we're looking to integrate more closely with MLH, really using EasyA as a way to gear people up for hackathons, create long-lasting projects. We're also looking to build out even more challenges within the EasyA app, both on Soroban, and also we're looking to invite any other Stellar ecosystem projects into the fold too. So if you're a project looking to get exposure to this amazing audience, feel free to get us after this talk, and we can see how we can get modules built out on your technology so you can also start reaching developers and get them contributing towards your projects. But that's it. Thank you for listening. If you're interested in following us, this is our Twitter, and obviously check out the app on the App Store if you want to learn more about Soroban. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome, that's some great traction there. And looking forward to hearing more and more folks learning Soroban. All right, well, next up we have Emmanuel and Thomason from Link. So please join us on the stage. All right, give it up for Link.
Right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here. My name is Everest Emmanuel. I'm CEO and co-founder at Link. And with me here is Thomason. Thomason is the CTO and co-founder. So today, Link basically is building Web3 cross-border payments infrastructure for Africa. But today we're going to be talking about our new flagship product, Wavy, which is on a mission to build stablecoin utility for the world, powered fully on-chain. And yeah. So like we know, cross-border payments in many parts of the world is still very fragmented. We can go on and on about the problems. And because of that, we've seen a growing trend with users and individuals and even businesses really moving from traditional payment rails to really leveraging centralized exchanges that have a larger access to liquidity and faster access to global payment channels. So platforms like Binance P2P, Paxful, Huobi has seen a growing demand, especially with cross-border payments. Now, Binance, which is one of the most popular CEXs today, has about $4.5 billion in daily transaction volumes with about 2 billion daily transaction flows. In fact, they have a spot exchange and a P2P exchange, which people leverage. In emerging markets, most people, leverage the P2P exchange. And what we really want to do at Wave is really decentralize all these volumes. Now, Stellar already, on the spot exchange side, is already solving this with the SDEX on Stellar Classic. And as an anchor ourselves on the Link side, we're leveraging this today to build on-chain tools for businesses and individuals. Now, introducing Wavy. Wavy is a fully decentralized D app, really focused on building a fully on-chain P2P exchange built on smart contracts. So, like I mentioned already, Stellar is solving the spot exchange issue, but when you talk about P2P products, we don't have anyone that exists today, and that's why we're building Wavy. Now, it was a no-brainer to actually bring Wavy to the Stellar network. Already, Stellar has a huge network of anchors with more global coverage and with localized on and off ramps. So, like we can see on the screen, Nabi has an asset and wants to create an offer to get the other assets from Alice. So basically, what happens here is that a user is able to create, an offer built on an escrow smart contract on Soroban, a very simple UI. But what happens is that on the escrow smart contract on Soroban, you're able to, create their offer and do a simple on and off ramp, leveraging the anchor infrastructure that already exists across issuers. So Wavy is purposely built for market needs. Now, since it's a decentralized app, remittance companies today can leverage the liquidity that will come on chain on the marketplace to expand, their use cases across the globe. In fact, in emerging markets, like I mentioned, aside the P2P use cases, people today use, P2P exchanges as a way to bolster, business operations as a means of livelihood. So meaning that, a user in Nigeria, for example, can now access other stablecoins across the globe, do on-chain activities, and grow, business opportunities for themselves. I'll quickly demo it.
So for the demo, it just shows a video of how Wavy works. We connect to the Freightos wallet on Stellar, and then the user can just create an offer that can be accessed. So creating a USDC and GNC on the smart contracts, right? This is done through the escrow smart contract, and this is accessed by anyone who signs up on Wavy and connects their wallet. Now, once the rate has been created and the offer has been done, anyone who wants to collect the NGNC for the USDC for NGNC can just connect their wallet as well, create the swap, and connect to the wallet, confirm the transaction, and just collect that into your wallet itself. It's very fast, very simple, it takes seconds to do. And with that, they can literally off-ramp into a bank account, and straight up, that's basically how it's done. Very easy, very fast, and anyone across the world can easily access it. No need to go through the lengthy process like we mentioned on Binance. So yeah, that's it. And just to continue on the roadmap.
Thank you so much, Thomason. So like you saw on the demo, that offer exists or lives on the Soroban future net on an escrow smart contract. So our roadmap is pretty much simple. Today we want to launch this decentralized P2P exchange fully on chain here. As we approach product market fit, scale Wavy, and then finally, what we really want to do is to build Wavy API as a smart contract that will basically be used later on as a payment settlement channel across the globe. Our team is a team of builders and operators. We're already building Link Business today on Stellar that basically allows businesses to access financial tools, financial services in Africa, leveraging Web3 and traditional rails. And we are building Wavy. So we're looking forward on your contributions, your feedback, on ways we could collaborate, in making Wavy a better product. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, team. That was great. All right, next up, we have James from Subquery. Take it away.
Thank you. What a vibrant ecosystem we have here. Hey everyone, I'm from Subquery. My name's James. And to start with, what do we solve? This is a problem that we face. If we're starting to build complex decentralized applications on Soroban, we're going to need better access to data. And the challenge here is that the data and the way that's stored on smart contract layers like Soroban isn't really that excellent in terms of being able to query that data for complex applications that feel like a Web2 application to a normal user. So querying data directly from the chain isn't really feasible for large-scale applications. And so Subquery is an indexer. It solves this problem. It is an open source indexer that allows developers to index, to transform, to query blockchain data from their smart contracts to their applications and to power the applications. So think of them like a custom API for your project. It's not an off-the-shelf API, it's a custom API for your smart contracts. And it works seamlessly across Stellar and Soroban. It fits in this way. So if you're building a smart contract kind of app, you might have a front end in React, you might use an RPC interface provider or Horizon, you interact with Soroban, you might also play some oracles and have some IPFS off-chain storage there, but Subquery sits on the side there as a data pipeline for your front ends. We focus on building a leading multi-chain data indexer, and we make sure it's as fast as possible. Spend a lot of time optimizing for speed, for indexing speed. We make sure it's flexible, that you can index whatever you want, from whatever contract you want. That it's open source, you can edit and customize it, you can run it whatever way you want. And it's universal, it works on Stellar, it works on Soroban, but it works on many other chains out there in many different ecosystems. So wherever you're building, it will work for you. So how does it work? It's very simple, it's 3 steps, and it's basically a set of instructions on how to index data. So it's not, you're just building a pipeline basically. And the first step is defining the schema. We define our schemas in GraphQL. I'm indexing in this case payments, credits, and debits. And so I define my entity types. I think they map towards like tables in a database, for example. The second step is I populate a manifest, and the manifest is the what and the when am I indexing. So in this case, there's 4 different types on Stellar and Soroban. So on Stellar we have block handlers on each and every block to do something. We also have operation handlers, effect handlers. Within Soroban though, we have transaction handlers and event handlers. So a common pattern would be that your smart contract emits an event when something happens, and you would filter that particular event. In this case, we have a transfer event right at the bottom there. And whenever we scan the chain and we encounter an event from your contract that matches that topic, we will run something. In this case, we'll run a little mapping function like this. We receive that Stellar effect or Stellar event. We pull some data off it. We update some data to the database. We read something and check that it exists. We then create the entity that we defined before. And it's all typed out nicely. We save that to the database. And running this locally using Docker, it will scan the entire chain, it will index the data according to the instructions that you have here, and at the end you get a custom GraphQL API. So you can then query that data directly from your front end in your app, and it provides that richer, more indexed data to your front end. So it's faster and performance-wise, but it also has more complex information. So aggregations are possible. If you want to do a DeFi application that shows historic rates of change over time, that's absolutely possible. We provide a managed service, so you can run it yourself. When no one wants to run production infrastructure, we provide a managed service where you can run it and we'll host it for you for free. And we're also building a decentralized network, which is this decentralization where you can write your project, give it out there to the network, someone else can index it for you, you can reward them with tokens, but it basically means that you can decentralize that piece of your application. So it's now working. We've actually got a dev version out, released it earlier this week. If you want to have play with it, it's on I'll put some documentation somewhere. But contact me there if you want a demo. I'm more than happy to give you that. I'm more than happy to show you how it works. It's very simple. There are many teams already in this room that I know that are trying it out and using it. But it will certainly help you and save you time when you go out there to build your applications within Stellar and within Soroban. So let me know how it goes. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. That was great. All right, up next we have Tim and Julian from Community DAO. So give it up for Tim and Julian.
Hello everyone, my name is Julian and here with me is Tim, also known as Silence. maybe your best buddy on Discord, and we are building Community DAO. I'm a full stack developer and a designer and a product developer working on the underlying architecture of Community DAO. Team is a full stack developer too, and he's working on decentralized solutions. At Community DAO, we want to leverage the opportunities and
We've got the wrong notes.
no,
on
the
our
wrong
thing.
notes. They are
Hey,
distracting me.
that's okay.
Yeah. No, sorry.
We are what we're building is an NFT member DAO based where each person in your community will get a token that represents their membership, and then those are used with the smart contracts to vote on proposals. And as an example proposal would be nominating new members to the DAO. And basically, say I started the DAO, I nominate Julian, and then I would vote for him, and then he could nominate someone else, and then we would both have to vote. That's a very simple explanation of the way it works in the back end, but the way we started was with actually a Discord integration. Using Discord's linked roles. We started as a Discord DAO bot, and then kind of evolved into Community DAO. Because we wanted to make it, basically what we learned with Discord was that you need to have flexibility because everybody's community is different. It has different requirements, and making the membership based on reputation, you need to be flexible to meet those requirements. So we have a way that you can start your own community. You sign up as a user to our system first. Sorry. You sign, basically, yeah, you sign, where does the, here it is. It's gonna show. You log in. We use SEP10 to verify your Stellar account with your account on our DApp. Then basically, you don't really have an account. It's just like a one-time code. It sends an email, and then our side tracks you with your Stellar account. So after you sign up, you're given the opportunity to either join or create a community. If you choose to create a community, it will give you a form. It's very simple. You put in the name, the description, what you want. Sorry.
The
integration.
No, yes, but I want to mention some things. Those are ways of leveraging merit and transparency between people, and they are how we interact with each other. So it's important that these tools help us to build a better future. Besides this, I feel like yeah.
Hey, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, basically, if you've ever used Snapshot UI, it's a combination of that along with a DAO based on reputation rather than economic factors. So you can't just buy your way into it. You need to actually participate in the community, and that's the basis for it. Sorry, guys. It's hard to present all of it in 5 minutes. But that's all.
All right, awesome. Yeah, the clicker. Well, this is great. Next up is Orbit Lens from, yeah, I guess Stellar Expert, I would say, but we have, all right, Orbit Lens.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm Orbit Lens from Stellar Expert team. As Anka said, hello everyone, and hello again everyone who already joined our earlier session on oracles today. Reflector is a decentralized price oracle for Stellar Network. It makes infrastructure for financial derivatives, for lend and borrowing protocols, asset management contracts, algorithmic stablecoins, and many more use cases. Why oracles are so important? Oracle manipulation is one of the most common vector of attacks on the DeFi contracts. And people still continue to lose millions dollars yearly because of various price quotation exploits. So the rule of thumb is when you are going to build any smart contract on top of an oracle, you should choose a price feed for your project wisely. We took a very distinct approach, better than oracles built on widely utilized request response model that you can check on other chains, other networks. We quote prices with uniform price feed timeframes and store it directly in the contract itself. For consumer contracts, it means that the invocation is very straightforward and optimized for low fees. It also provides great efficient ledger capacity utilization. So, in a nutshell, our Reflector network architecture is based on the consensus of multi-sig protected nodes, which are connected directly to Stellar core databases of Stellar validators. We are working with some of tier 1 validators to ensure that the data is reliable, that everything is protected, as I said, by a multi-sig. And from the user perspective, it means that Oracle consumers can utilize a simple yet comprehensive interface following SEP 40 ecosystem proposal. We actually drafted with our partners. And on top of that, we also provide some very useful utilities like automatic cross-price calculation, TWAP calculation on top of price range, and last but not least, it's free for everyone. So you can just use it, no need to pay anything. It's as easy as that. Just put a few lines of code and you are ready to go. The integration is pretty simple. I don't know what happened with with everything else because the slides look completely different. But I'd like to tell you that we are working on adding more functionality to this. At this very point, we have already deployed our test consensus on test network with several validators, and currently we quote Stellar Classic assets prices. And we want to add automation in the future and DEX and SEX prices as well. So if you need a smart contract, oracles in your smart contracts, just choose Reflector, ultimate price reference source for Stellar DeFi. Thanks for your attention, and please ping me if you need help. And I'll be happy to help you with integration. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, this is great. Next up, we have Milan and Steven from Phoenix. Give it up for Phoenix.
Good afternoon, everyone. How you guys doing? Who's ready to get souped up with Phoenix? Get it? Phoenix? What? Noodles? All right. we have an amazing opportunity here with this launch of Soroban. It's going to be a launch of a brand new DeFi ecosystem. And we've seen DeFi ecosystems come and go and rise and so on and so forth. We know these types of DeFi applications will be launched. But the most cornerstone one would be the decentralized exchange, the DEX, the AMM. So that's what we're building first. But for us, the real opportunity with Soroban is this side. There's a lot of institutional support. There's a lot of anchors. And what we want to do is called real world use case. We want to bring these two together. So this is the differentiator for our DEX. We noticed that of the 60 plus anchors, there are many, many currencies between each of these anchors, and they're not all compatible with each other. So this presents a problem with synergies and integrations between anchors. Our first phase is to have the DEX and have all these anchors as on-off ramps. Then phase two, we want the anchors to be connected on our backend. So if a user of one anchor wants to send currency to another anchor, they can use our DEX when we get the volume. This is our team, strategy and ops, that's me. We got Jakob on the back end and Milan on the front end. Please feel free to say hi to us.
All right, thank you, Steven. So I'm pretty sure you guys want to see what we've done so far, so we prepared this small demo video. Everything you see here is already on FutureNet and is usable and live and deployed. So after we connected our wallet with the app, we want to provide some liquidity and stake that. So for that, we keep the ratio of 1 to 0.5 and provide like 20,000 TOC or 2,000 TOC and 1,000 FO. And after we signed that on Friday, we should now have our LP share tokens. And if we want to stake, let's say 25% of those tokens to collect rewards, we can do that just now already. And by the way, we will upload and deploy a faucet by next week, so you guys can get some test tokens and just try it out by yourself. So yeah, we have the possibility to have multiple buckets of stakes. So you can unstake it right on the fly. We don't have any locked up period, but the longer you stake it, the more rewards you get. So the higher the APR is going to be. So yeah, as you saw, like we have a couple of things already done, like the pools are implemented. We have the LP share staking system. We have a factory contract running already. And the multi-root swaps logic is going to be implemented by next week. The next steps now are going to be a more advanced dashboard. So users can see more details, like for example, the total amount of tokens on the app. And also we are going to implement subqueries work, their indexer to have a way faster page load up and a smoother user experience. Thanks to James and his team again here. A possible next feature could be lending borrowing, or maybe more like our goal at the end is to have a DeFi hub and not only a DEX. So thank you for listening. If you want to try out the demo or if you want to follow our progress, just check out our socials or the brand new website phoenixhub.io. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Next up is Lou from Blockchain Financial speaking on Stellar's smart option contract. Take it away.
Well, thanks for that. My name's Lou Morgan. I'm the CTO and co-founder at Blockchain Financial. We are a blockchain infrastructure company. We sit between layer one and a financial institution or a business. We've got a team of 6 right now. Bruce Rosenheimer, my co-founder. We've got Ted Rolfs as our general counsel and our very talented programming staff. We've got a nice advisory board. We've got private equity, compliance attorneys, ex-regulators, and VC guy. Blockchain technology. Oops, this is the old deck. Skip this slide. We started we started developing for Stellar in 2019. The company was founded in 2017. Over the last 4 years, we've developed a platform for businesses and financial institutions to get onto the blockchain, to actually use it in a regulatory and compliant manner. Our Soroban projects, our project for this one, basically consists of 3 parts. You've got a Node.js script that pumps data from a source of truth, into an oracle. That oracle then is able to be queried by a smart option contract. The main smart contract for our project is an option contract. It's our foray into a regulated asset in the United States. I spent 30 years as member of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and a partner at a broker-dealer, so I'm very well-versed in the regulatory parts of the smart option, or the world that this contract would live in. Couple of very basic parts in the prototype. You list an option contract with all its details. You can trade, and the trade is actually a bilateral trade. It's one you would use in the OTC market. Both parties put their information in, the trade matches, and then it functions. The collateral is deposited on the in the contract. You can mark that contract to market, and collateral moves from one party to the other. It's adjusted, and then it settles at the expiration date. This is an alpha product. Please do not use this in production or even anything close to it. We're on preview 10 right now. We just didn't have enough time to get up to preview 11, RC2. We are planning to add, we have to add a kill switch, which is actually in the preview 11 branch on our repo. We need more fuzzing. We're gonna add that. We need verification. And also we need an audit. That stuff's coming. We want to cooperate with the ecosystem. We've got Oracle projects. We've got source of truth coming, and obviously security, anybody that's securing smart contracts. Roadmap for us, we're going to expand this project into option spreads, loan servicing, securitization, escrow. We continue discussions with regulated exchanges on the Oracle part, and rating agencies. They would like to rate smart contracts along with the security of the platform that actually issues and deploys that smart contract. We want to have products for bank, credit unions, investment banks, and broker-dealers. In summary, we're extremely bullish on Stellar and Soroban. It's a game changer. We're addressing a market that could be in the trillions of dollars. With Stellar's layer 1 DEX, liquidity pools, the Soroban programmable assets, the future of finance has really arrived. It's available to anyone around the world 24/7, 365 in a safe, compliant manner. All right, we'd like to thank the SCF, the SCF, and really you guys, the entire ecosystem here. It's been awesome working with you guys. Can't wait to go forward. It's going to be an awesome journey. If you need any more information on from me, I'll be hanging out here. info@blacktimefinancial.com. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was great. All right, next up we have Amit from Exceller. All right, take it away. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so we are bringing real-world assets on-chain and building an institutional DeFi around it. Our team comprises of people who have significant TradFi experience. I come from Millennium Management, Barclays, and Bank of America over 12 years. Spent 5 years in crypto as head of trading, running my own investment management firm. And I'm also author of Crypto Investor, which essentially tries to explain technology to finance people and finance to technology people, which is what crypto is. My other partner, Plamen, is a blockchain developer. And so what is the opportunity? Well, DeFi yields were higher a year back. And the reason was that you could borrow dollars for very cheap and send to DeFi and earn 20% on Anchor protocol. Anybody remembers that? But as the inflation went up, central bankers had to basically change gears. And now everybody believes in TradFi that the rates are going to be higher for longer, and that you see being reflected in the yields when compared against US Treasury. So what will happen? Well, we foresee that now real-world assets will be tokenized, more and more of them, and we are already seeing some of that move. So when the risk-free rate was close to zero, stablecoin was one of the most successful real-world asset that was tokenized on blockchain because people still use fiat in their real life, so they needed to move assets on-chain, and that's what they used. But what happens when you have risk-free rate, which is right now close to 5%? Would people put their dollars on-chain, where on-chain you can actually make 2% or 3% on various lending protocols? So we are looking to build a yield-generating stablecoin. And actually, yeah, so yield-generating stablecoin that will provide at least, the risk-free rate while the asset, especially the dollar assets, are on-chain. So it will work very similar to something like Circle. You go, you do KYB with us, and you can mint and redeem the tokens on the website. So the opportunity is huge, of course. The total treasury outstanding currently is $24 trillion, and we have only tokenized $700 million by now, close from zero at the beginning of the year. And of course, ultimately, there is a $68 trillion opportunity in the value of the assets that can be tokenized. So now focusing on this product, what is ideal stablecoin? Well, the most important thing now is, after what we have seen over the past year, is that it's going to be regulated in a jurisdiction, which is Bermuda, one of the top regulators in the digital asset space. The assets are going to be held with a custodian like JP Morgan in a remote, bankruptcy remote vehicle. So you are essentially getting bells and whistles of safety and soundness from traditional finance into this space. And the assets that will back the stablecoin would be very much like the money market funds. So highly liquid, very short term, US government treasuries, overnight repos, and so on. But you will have access 24/7, and the tokens would be programmable and composable. So here is a demo. I'll actually skip it. It's very similar to Circle. Let's see. All right. So on the back end, we are using upgradable proxy contract that allows us to change function, actually add functions in future. And the user is essentially sending a signed transaction, which then basically allows the XUSG contract to make multi-contract calls. And that's where we are interacting with Soroban, working with Soroban to make it work. These are the potential partners. So if you are a wallet anchor or building a lending or exchange protocol, very soon people who hold stables on your platform would require to earn risk-free rate. So please talk to me, talk to us, so that we can help you prepare when that happens. Thank you.
Amazing, that was great. All right, next up we have Andrea of Soroban Pulse. So give it up for Andrea. Woo!
Hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Andrea and I'm going to present you Soroban Pulse. But first, we are the Cross-Chain Labs team with a rich experience in the blockchain technology. Leveraging our expertise, we collaborate with different blockchains on creating elegant solutions. One of them is Soroban Pulse, which empowers you to explore Soroban's dynamic software activity and its booming open source projects. Why Soroban Pulse? Because of the rapid ecosystem growth that led to a widespread of contributions on GitHub. And another reason is developers and enthusiasts find it hard to locate inspirational projects. we are making this possible. So Soroban Pulse is that solution that is easily to follow the ecosystem growth and discover the exciting open source projects. What it does, it showcases ecosystem growth, where you can visualize key metrics, reflecting the growth over the last 6 months. It displays developer highlights and new and active developers, along with top 10 developers leaderboard, based on the number of their contributions. It tracks active projects, providing an update on the ongoing projects that are developed by the core team and community. And unlike other existing platforms, such as Token Terminal and Electric Capital, that focus mainly on the core developments, Soroban Pulse also gathers information on the community developments, which is a strong indicator of blockchain expansion and engagement. Soroban Pulse monitors active developers and reports on contributions made during the last 12 months. And finally, Soroban Pulse lets you explore the vibrant heartbeat of Soroban's growing GitHub activity and delve into the open source projects built on Soroban. We recently released Soroban Pulse, and we are going to create CryptoPulse, which is a platform that will make possible blockchain comparison based on software metrics. We will then add multiple chain, as many blockchains as we can, and we will integrate financial data, which will source directly from CoinMarketCap. And next, we will build our own AI smart predictions module, which will enable you to better make decisions on your investments based on software development and financial data. Further, we built Querio to dive into the Soroban's and Stellar's ecosystem. And Querio is an on-chain, actually is the only on-chain Web3 search engine that enables multi-chain dApp discovery on various blockchains, such as Stellar, Soroban, Internet Computer, and Ethereum. We will add more blockchains later. Query also provides exceptional search results at speed, while placing utmost importance on user privacy. Thank you. And if you'd like to partner with us and collaborate, you can reach us at my contact email or on Twitter. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for presenting. All right, next up we have Ernesto from Onalivio. Take it away. Oh, yeah.
Hi, guys. Migrating means dealing with a bunch of problems on an everyday basis. And just in LATAM, there's about 30 million migrants that are living this. I'm Ernesto from Onalivio, and we're building a platform to pay for small and medium businesses services from anywhere around the world. The team is comprised of initially 3 individuals. I myself am the CEO and founder. I've been a migrant for 12 years, and I've been working in crypto for 7. And I've built over 200 integrations and projects in this time. My team, my CTO and co-founder, they built a payments and an OTC desk in Venezuela. And that's why we put together the experience and the feet on the ground to build Onalivio. Going back to our tweet, the friend said, as I was preparing for this meeting, I found this tweet and it was very insightful because migrants not only have to deal with the new language, the new friends, the lack of family, but when it comes to money, everything is more difficult. You cannot open bank accounts, and when you finally have the money to send back home, remittances are expensive, they're slow, and a big problem is that many times you don't know if the money you're sending for food is being spent on something else. And that's why we built Onalivio. Onalivio is a network of providers that allow you to pay in an invoice-like solution one of the things that you want your family to be paid. For example, we're starting with doctors, and you can go in and select a clinic in Caracas and pay for the odontologist for your family. So in short, we're very Web 2 in the front, and we keep all the complexity in the back end. So a person will go to the regular store, deposit the money that they're paying or pair with their Visa card, and then we take all that complexity and we pay the doctors in a stablecoin. This allows people to pay in whatever they're used to, and the doctors, for example, in emerging markets, have an account in US dollar, which is what they want. We launched early this year with one of our first services. Our beta product was for top-ups, and now we're testing the doctor's service in Caracas, Venezuela, as we speak. We're working on product market fit, and then we're gonna replicate to other countries. As I said, we're very Web 2 in the front and Web 3 in the back. This is how it works. If you're a user, you sign in, you select which merchant you're paying, and then say you're making an urine test, you pay $8, and then it populates the card. You plug in your card numbers. Of course, there's KYC and everything that's been done before, but you pay it, and that's it. The money's received by our platform, and then we go, and if you're a doctor, you would go in, you see the orders that were created, you can click on them and see, well, this guy came, I served, and when I'm withdrawing the funds, I click there, I select, of course, USDC on Stellar, I put my wallet, and I can put any type of administrative data I need, I confirm, and then within about a minute, the money will show up in my wallet, and here I refresh it, and there is a transaction that I made. So where is Soroban in all of this? What we're seeing is that not every person outside of this event will want to take crypto. So many of the doctors we're seeing, they're saying, well, I just want fiat. So we built kind of like a miles program so that when they withdraw and stay in Stellar, they earn points. And every month, those points can be exchanged for either money or other digital services. And that's why we call this the USDC miles program per withdrawal. The more they withdraw each of these transactions to their Stellar wallet, the more points they earn, and then they can get other benefits. So, as I told you, we know we can't make migration any easier, but we can help migrants arrive in seconds and be very clear. I would like to talk to you about loyalty programs and about other products and services that you guys are building that we can connect to our wallet and our network of users. Thank you very much.
Awesome, that was amazing. Glad to learn more later on as well. All right, next up we have Bastian from TELUS Cooperative. Almost. All right, take it away, Bastian.
Hola, Madrid. My name is Bastian from TELUS Cooperative, and I'm gonna present Soro Bounty, Find Bounties, Reap Rewards. So the background, why we did this. Cooperation is essential, especially in a space like this, right? And we need to enable developers to leverage existing infrastructure and cultivate a decentralized finance, right? That way we can connect developers from all over the world using our tools. So what is Soro Bounty? Well, it's a bounty hunter application where people can create tasks and other people can work for those tasks. This way, you can get people from all over the world building the Web3 together. What are the features? You can create bounties. As I mentioned, just a task. A company, any organization within Stellar can create a task or a bounty and wait for our developers to participate and get paid. So you can apply for these bounties, and a smart contract built in Soroban will take care of paying the developer after work is done. This is built for Stellar. We want to take advantage of their speed, right, and all the ecosystem. So all the tooling that is already available can be also available for developers looking for new work. How does it work? Here's a short demo. You can create a bounty. You connect your wallet with Friday. Go to Explore Bounties. There's none, so we're going to create a bounty, right? It will ask you for the title, how much you're going to pay, and you can preview the bounty, and once you submit it, you will submit the payment of the bounty to a smart contract built in Soroban. You will approve the transaction. In this case, it's 2 transactions, right? One to start the contract, and the bounty has been successfully added to the list of bounties. There it is, percent of Meridian, we did it. And now we're gonna apply to this bounty, right? With another account, we're gonna get a user to sign up using Friday. Look for the bounty, present a Meridian. And this person wants to apply, get the reward, and their participation is gonna be logged in the contract, saying, I am actually working for this bounty, so the bounty creator knows that a developer is interested in actually creating a solution for this specific task, right? There it is. So why Soroban, right? Why are we doing this? Rust and WebAssembly, right? Rust is secure, is fast. WebAssembly actually incorporates very, very well with infrastructure that already exists in Web 3 and in Web 2. We strengthen the centralization, right? If we get developers working with the same Soroban contracts that they are utilizing and developing for, we are making sure that anyone can work, trying to jump the hoops of different governments and whatnot, just trying to integrate, but at the same time opening the doors to push legislation using Soroban. And we have a global reach, right? Stellar has a very vast network of anchors, so people can utilize their payments through our Bounty Hunter application and actually cash out, which is the important thing, right? Telos Cooperative works in different things. We have a lot of tutorials in Spanish, on Stellar Quest and in Soroban, so feel free to scan all in YouTube. We have a wallet for Latin America, Bcube wallet, and if you want to collaborate in this project, we need help, please just scan and join to GitHub. Thank you so much. My name is Bastian, and please contact with any questions.
Amazing. I love that background music too. Didn't know that was possible. All right, well, last but not least, we have Alex from Gateway.fm. Take it away.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex. I'm head of infrastructure at Gateway FM. Today we're going to talk about who we are, what we do, and how we're helping Stellar Soroban ecosystem. So the company has been on the market for 2.5 years. Our primary focus is running RPC infrastructure, real infrastructure, so blockchain nodes, then staking and DK rollups as a service. So we've been trusted by multiple clients, and when we saw the critical gap in the infrastructure for Soroban community, like a lack of public RPC infrastructure where you can just start building your product without any friction on connectivities, like, okay, I need the RPC to access the network, where do I find it? So we came with a proposition and solution that we deploy free RPC infrastructure with a high rate limits for free. So it's easy to use, and then we can guarantee the quality because we've been on the market for a long time, and then we've been trusted by Gnosis Chain, we deployed Gnosis Pay infrastructure, we have Polygon ZKVM partnership, and 1inch, and so on, and many trusted clients in this area. So what our proposition is, public RPC, no registration needed, just grab the link, start using it. It's 78 million requests per IP per month. It should be enough for like most of the users. If you outgrow that, we offer free RPC if you sign up. I will go with the demo a little bit, how you do it. Then we double the capacity. If you're doing really well and you outgrow this capacity, we can offer the paid plan. So, but we offer it in 2 ways. One of them is a shared node, so basically your traffic goes to the pool of nodes, and then you pay per request. Otherwise, unlimited, we deploy dedicated nodes, and you can use as much as a node can actually withstand. So if needed, we can upgrade. So currently we deployed RPC in Frankfurt, Germany, but we have other regions and we can deploy there if needed. Asia, Singapore, Switzerland, Sweden, so this is our little architecture. It's very portable, very modular, so we can split the traffic very nicely. So, and this is our sign-up process, really easy. If you go on the website, there is Stellar already, so just grab the link, and it's enough for most of the cases. If you want to double the capacity, you just sign up, add the project name, select the platform, and you're ready to go. You need to, add in your API key, and that's it. So, and you're ready. I guess that's our demo. Yep. So feel free to talk. Let's build together. And you can find the link on the gateway.fm, gateway.fm public goods, and public RPC will be added today, I guess. And then you're welcome. Thank you.